Hello kids, I'm your English teacher Rakesh Sothar from Ambuja Public School. I welcome you all on APS E-Classes channel. I hope previously posted videos are fruitful to you and you are using them for your online learning. Kindly keep reading these lessons from a textbook and watch these videos for better understanding. If you have any query, ask me. So in the series of these online videos, today I am here with a new lesson from your literature book Honeycomb, that is of class 7, with lesson 1. The title of the lesson is 3 questions. This lesson is written by Leo Tolstoy. As the title says, 3 questions. This is very easily understandable that this lesson is having 3 questions, and the person who asks these 3 questions is in search of the importance of those 3 questions and then appropriate answers of those 3 questions. So let's begin this lesson, but before that let's know something about the author Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy was born on August 28 in 1828. He died on November 7th in 1910. He was a Russian author. He was a master of realistic fiction and one of the world's greatest novelists. Tolstoy is best known for his 2 longest works, War and Peace, which he wrote in 1865 to 69, and Anna Karenina, that he composed in 1875 to 77, which are commonly regarded as among the finest novels ever written by him. The theme of the lesson is very simple. Basically, it's a folklore, it's a folk story, folk tale. This story is having royalty as a theme because the king is involved as a leading character in the story. Then universal bonhomie means we all are brothers, this entire world is a home for us. And another aspect of this story, another theme for this story is spirituality. The leading characters in this story are 3: the king, the hermit, and the wounded man. Let's have an introduction to the lesson. A king wanted to know answers to his 3 questions. He announced a reward for appropriate answers. Many wise and experienced people tried to answer those questions, but they failed to convince the king. The king was not convinced by their answers. He decided to find the answers of those questions by himself. He went to a hermit for the answers. He met a wounded man at the hermit's place. He got the answers of his questions and returned to his palace. Let's have a summary of this lesson. The king's mission. Once there was a king who thought that to be a successful ruler, he must know the answers of 3 questions. The questions were, these were the 3 questions of which the king wanted to know the answers. The first question was, what is the right time to begin something? That means when you initiate, when you start something, so what should be that ominous time? What should be the right time to start something? The second question was, which people should he listen to? Here this question means that whenever he is in need of some advice, some suggestion, some discussion, so he should discuss with what kind of people. He should ask for suggestions and advice for what kind of people. That was his second question. Third, what is the most important thing for him to do? So that was a question for him, that when he does something, what should be the most important thing which he preferred to. So these were the three questions which the king wanted to know their answer. The wise men and their solutions. The king sent messengers in all directions to find people who could answer these questions. Many wise men came, but their answers were all different. For the first question, some of them felt that the king should follow a timetable, while there were others who felt that it is not possible to decide the right time for doing something in advance. So these were the responses by those wise men who visited the palace to answer the first question of the king, which was, what is the right time to begin something? Similarly, for the second question, some wise men said that the king should follow his counselors, while others thought it was the priest whom the king should listen to. Then there were those who felt that it was the doctor the king should obey, while there were many in favor of soldiers. So these were the responses for his second question. The wise men suggested that his counselors, priests, doctors, or soldiers can be the people whom he should listen to. For the third question, some wise men and science should be the highest priority for the king, while others said religion. For the third question, some wise men said science should be the highest priority for the king, while others said religion. Okay, so for third question, people suggested science. There were some people, a group of people was there who suggested science. That is an important thing for new discoveries, new researches, new inventions. For a scientific outlook, the king should prefer to science. But there was another group who was suggesting to follow religion. The hermit. The king was not satisfied with these answers, as they were so different from each other. Now, a variety of wise men, a huge number of wise men went to the king to answer his questions. And as these were the different people, so the responses for these three questions were different. So king could not conclude all these answers. He could not reach on a suitable solution for these three questions. He did not find correct answers for those three questions. So he was not satisfied. He was not convinced by those responses of wise men. He didn't give any reward to anyone and thought to seek consultation of a wise hermit who lived in the jungle. So as he was not convinced, so none of the wise men was rewarded with the prize. And the king decided that he himself should consult these three questions with a hermit who lived in a nearby forest. The hermit will see only ordinary people. So the king dressed up like a normal man, leaving behind his horse and bodyguards, and went to the hermit's hut. The hermit was an old man and was busy digging the ground in front of his house. The king told the hermit that he has come in search of answers for his three questions and repeated them. So when the king reached at the hermit's place, he found the hermit busy digging ground out of his hut. He went near to him. he repeated his three questions. The hermit didn't respond and continued digging the ground. Some time passed, and the king, seeing the hermit to be tired, offered his help. The king continued digging the ground till evening. In the evening, the king again requested him to answer his questions. But at that moment, someone came running toward the hermit's hut. The king asked his three questions to the hermit, but the hermit continued doing his work. He did not respond to the king. So the king patiently waited and offered him his help to dig the ground. And he dug the ground by the evening. At that moment, the king saw someone came running towards the hermit's hut. The king sighed a relief. The king then went to look for the hermit who was sowing seeds in the beds that have dug the day before. He requested the hermit for the last time to answer his questions. To this, the hermit replied that the king has already found the answers. He would not have pitied hermit's condition the day before than the man who have attacked him on his way, and he might have lost his life. So the most important time was when he was digging the bed, and the hermit was the most important person. The wounded man. A man came running towards them with a hand on his wounded stomach. The king cleaned the wound and dressed the wound, controlling the flow of blood. The man felt better and asked for some water. Hermit and the king took the man inside the house. The man was lying quiet inside the house, and the tired king too fell asleep on the ground. In the morning, when the king opened his eyes, he saw the wounded man asking for forgiveness. The man told the king that he had come to take revenge from him because the king had killed his brother and had taken away all his property. He wanted to kill the king while returning from the hermit's place. But the king's bodyguards found him and wounded him. He would have died if the king would not have helped him. He regretted his thoughts of killing the king and promised to be his faithful servant. The king was pleased to turn his enemy into a friend. He forgave him and returned all his property when the wounded man arrived. The most important time was when he was caring for him, else he would have died for his wounds without the two of them reconciling for their acts. Reconciling, telling, sharing. So at that moment, the wounded man was the most important man, and nursing him was the most important business. The hermit said to the man that the most important time is now, because it is the only time when we have the power to act. The most important person at a particular moment is we ourselves, because future is unknown to all of us, and there is always an uncertainty about meeting anyone else. The most important job is to do good to others, because we have been sent to this world for this noble cause. So here I would suggest you people, I would advise you people to follow these three solutions provided by the hermit. That the most important time is now, because this is the time when we have the power to act. We have the time to do something. The answer to the second question, the people, those who are with us, we should listen to ourselves. That is the answer for his second question. And the third one, what is the important job? So the important job is we should do good to others, because the human life given to us is for the well-wishing of others rather than being thoughtful about ourselves and being selfish. So the moral of the story is the most important time, person and thing belongs in the present time. So make the best of what you have here and now. These are some new words that you will find helpful while you will read the lesson. Do read the lesson and come with your doubts and queries. With this, I say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video.